Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I would like to acknowledge the land that we meet on today. I would like to pay my respects to elders, past, present, and emerging, and pay my respects to the Gadigal people and the traditional owners of this land. And I think when we think about paying respects and acknowledging country, it's important for us to reflect on the First Nations communities that we work with and the impact of homelessness on First Nations communities and what that means to be without a home and without a spiritual home and connection to country and the importance of those things. So I really want to ground us and root us in that today as we start this group together, this yarning circle, this opportunity to connect, which is what today's session is about. What we'll get to do today is reconnect. So this is an opportunity for specialist homelessness services and allied services to come back together. We're going to hear updates from representatives and interest groups from Y Foundations, DV New South Wales, Community Housing Industry Association, as well as N Street Sleeping Collaboration. We're also going to hear updates from the Department of Communities and Justice through the Secretary, Michael Tidball, and also through the Deputy Secretary, Anne Campbell. And we also have the Minister for Families and Community Services, Natasha McLaren-Jones, with us this morning. In the mid-morning session, we're going to be focusing on well-being. This is of great interest to us in the sector because there's a significant risk of burnout. And when I talk to my colleagues and people in the sector, it's not the complexity of our work that makes us feel tired and burnt out. It's certainly a contributor, but it's often the challenges that we have in the system. It's often the inability to actually get the exits for people, the blockages, the red tape, and sometimes the administrative burden that ties us in knots. That's what makes people feel tired, and that's what causes frustration. It's not the hard work. You wouldn't be here if you weren't up for the hard work, right? And we're going to look at strategies for creating more well workplaces and how we can work better together to ensure that. We're going to hear from ACEs, our favourite thing. Everyone's talking about ACEs, but we've got to get there. We've got to get there by 2024. And we're going to hear from our fabulous practitioner, Lauren Brown, to make sure that we get you excited about it so you can get back and get your governance and your documents in order because, this is about our standard and showing what's possible for our sector. And we're also going to look at some really interesting projects and get some fabulous updates on the mental health and housing agreement, as well as looking at the protocol for people sleeping in public places, which has been reviewed. And Ciara will be here to share that with all of us because this is important not only for specialist homelessness services, but for business, for local government and for citizens, right? So today is a jam-packed agenda. We've tried to bring to the foreground the most interesting aspects for you, and we wanted to make this as interactive as possible. Really what we're trying to achieve through these forums is an opportunity for us to get back together. We've had a significant impact through COVID, and we've had a significant impact through ongoing and sustained different ways of working. And our sector has shown incredible resilience. But what we know about resilience is not how we act in the crisis, it's how we recover. Okay, so really the focus that we want to put on these sessions and the work that we do together over the next months and years is how can we work smarter together? How can we use the resources that we have available to us and collaborate for lasting systems change?